Hey folks, Steel Wheel here with a little bit of a review on the Axial SCX-10 Trail Honcho. Alright, so we're going to go over some of the stuff with my truck. You can see I definitely did some different stuff with it. I went ahead and put an interior on it, and well, in it, and I also went ahead and took some of the pieces that were on the original stock body off because I actually liked how they functioned. Like the tire rack, like the light bar from my Baja Bug. Gotta say though, the stock body was not really working for me because of its weight that it puts in the rear. It puts too much weight in the rear because you're trying to go down a pretty decent slope and the truck flips over pretty easily. The other problem I had was that the LED lights in the front did not fare very well for what I was trying to do. As you can see, it was ripped clean out of the plug. That actually was in the truck. I tried to fix it. That, however, did not happen. So, kind of disappointed there with that. But you know, what can you do? I guess some of these axial lights just aren't made properly. They seem very fragile and not very solid at all. And so I don't know about that. The rear red lights work well though, very well. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the radio a little bit. This radio is pretty well. It controls well. I had no problems with it in the beginning. I pulled it right out of the box and it worked. Put some batteries in it. It works great. One thing that's cool, you can go ahead and put your own rechargeable battery pack into this, because as you can see, let me try and back this up a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, I pulled the battery pack out. What comes in the AX3 is this pack, this little thing for the AA's that you see in my hand. I don't run any name brand stuff. It's, you know, overpriced. This lasts just about as long. I got these at Walmart. As you can see, it plugs in there in this little hole right there. I know it's kind of difficult to see there, but yeah, plugs in there with a standard RX plug. And that is all the stuff with the radio. As a side note, this cover does flap open and it has the bind, the throttle trim, the steering trim, and the dual rate. And you can actually reverse your stuff as well. You can reverse your steering and your throttle, which is, I think, pretty nice and pretty simple and easy. Alright guys, so this is the SCX-10 up close. As you can see, I left the rear LEDs in it. I believe that the front LEDs were poorly soldered, poorly made. Really, I didn't get a very good quality set for the front, I believe. But as you can see, there's the stock Axial 27-turn tin can with the transmission all looking nice and pretty. Let's see here. The ESC has been modified. I actually had that modified out of the box to have them at the hobby store put a Traxxas connector on there because I run Traxxas lipos. One of the things I did like about this car is that it did have the light buckets. The lights did work at one time, but took one rollover and the lights decided to break, so I'm not too sure about those lights. I have Proline accessories on here. Proline winch right here. it doesn't work, but I'm going to get a different one. Pretty soon I will be plasti dipping this ESC, as well as the electronics box that lays right in this area here. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the body and the custom interior I made for this GMC Top Kick body. Give you a little look-see right there. Alright, so now, like I said, we're going to talk about the body, what I did for it, all the custom accessories that I used, and things of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the roof. I'm going to start right here with the RC 4-wheel drive 1/10 scale high performance light bar. You can get that from rc4wheeldrive.com. I will put a link right there. This is the Proline roof rack. It is a scale accessory from Proline. The cooler is also from Proline, as well as this toe box. SMG is not included, by the way. Okay, I added that myself. These are for the drivers that are inside the vehicle. They're Halo Spartans. Okay, so we're going to move on to the spare tire carrier right here. The tire actually does come with the stock body, and so does the stock spare tire carrier. You can remove it from the stock body by these three screws, and basically, yeah, that's how it works. The reason why you can't see the roof is because I have an interior in this body. I'm not going to pull it out because I don't have any tape to re-secure it, but you can see the guys in there a little bit. I know the scratched windows make it very hard to see. I made the interior out of styrofoam board that you can get at your local hobby store or Home Depot. Any place where they really sell building materials will sell styrofoam in sheets. So I brought out the hot glue gun and the razor and started cutting up and made myself an interior yesterday, and this is how it looks. It is not finished right now. It's just in there because I wanted to wait for the video that I shot. It was called Dry River Run. If you want to see running footage of this truck, go ahead and go to the little link right here. I'll put in the link for Dry River Run. So a great example of what the truck can do. Or you can also try out Mary Jane Falls. That's also a great place that shows the capabilities of this truck. Okay. Well, I've gone over as much as I possibly could. So my opinion of the truck is that it's a great truck, but it does have a few flaws, like I said. One of the flaws being this little string of LEDs for the front. These were poorly made, poorly soldered. Wasn't happy with those. Screw them. Gotta get different ones. I would also say switch your battery connector to your preferred battery connector type. Get a different high torque servo, preferably a waterproof one with metal gears. You want to plasti dip your electronics. Maybe do a different if you're into the whole scale, super scale thing, go ahead and get yourself a RC 4-wheel drive scale lighting system version number 2. I'll go ahead and put a link to that right there. You also are going to need 2.2-inch tires, crawler tires. Can't put short course tires. I tried. It won't work. You're going to, because the reason is for that is you're going to need better traction on the rocks and the different elemental things that you're going to come up on, like the snow, like water, sand, all those things. You're going to need a bigger tire for that because this truck is powerful, and it would make it up most of the things that I put it through if it had a 2.2 inch tire to grab onto the surface. That's all I'm saying. So that's basically it, guys. It's a great truck. Can't think of what more I would do with it right at the moment other than the things I just said. Like I said, I will put up running footage of it again, and more will be coming soon. The link to this description is right there for the running footage. Be all good for you. What else we got? I believe that's it. So take it easy, guys. I will see you on the trail.